Hello.
We're at the fair.
Yes, Jordan's
Whoop
just taking
whoop.
me for a nice day out.
Yeah, I'm not buying any popcorn or candy floss, and you sure as hell aren't winning the teddy bear. Let's
Ah,
go.
yes,
We've got to do this thing, and we have an option to turn it off, but we're not going to.
because it will be funner if we don't. How have you been? Because we talked about me before we started.
Who's we? You talked about you.
I talked about me before we started. Now it's
I
your.
mean, literally, what happened, uh, viewer or listener or thief, is Ben had a tone in his voice, and I was like, "You've had a bad day." And it's like, well, on the whole, the week's been all right. Blah 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 blah. Monologue, 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 monologue. Minor comment that requires some sort of input. Monologue, monologue, monologue. So he's been very selfish, actually,
Well,
in that he hasn't asked about me right up until now, which is funny
excuse
because it's the
me.
one time that there's evidence.
I think you'll find usually I'm always jumping in there and asking how you are, and then you finish your little piece, and then it's fucking silence.
Look, you,
How it
you.
usually goes is, "How are you, Jordan?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm all right."
Oh, what happened? You know what? You know what the situation is.
Pregnant fucking
Is
pause.
we do. Well, I'm so good at knocking stuff up. You know what happens is that
What the fuck was? Yeah, okay.
we do a bit of chatting beforehand for the sound check, which I don't ever do for my side of things because I don't give a fuck. But Ben seems to care more than I do, so he does
Mm.
that. And typically that's when we have our conversational "How are you?"
That's our
point, and I basically can't be asked to do it again.
That's our personal stuff for like because we're pals.
Well, I mean, I was going to talk to you about that. Did you ever get that cream that you needed for your butt problem?
Yeah, I did. It's cleared up nicely. Thank you very much.
Okay,
No
good.
thanks
Because
to
I
you,
mean, I
might
wasn't.
I add.
Well, I wasn't going to apply it for you, was I?
It's the last time I fucking trust you.
Look, I
Oh, it'll be
recommended you the
fine,
doctor,
he
didn't I?
says.
I recommended you the doctor.
Come on, you can trust me. It'll only be the tip. Chummy bud.
Yeah. And the only tip you got was go see a fucking doctor. Get some cream for it, you cretin.
How are you, my perverted old friend?
I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm not really feeling this year.
You know, why not?
I don't know. It's just not enjoying it so
Go on,
far.
talk
I
to
mean,
your buddy.
it's fine. It's genuinely fine. It's just it's a busy. It's been busy, but it's also been not busy at the same time. It's been that really annoying sort of. I've got to go to the hospital next week, and it's not even for me.
Is it for your partner?
No, it's for my boy.
All right.
It's just a scan, nothing major. But like, I've got to go to the hospital, and I've got to drive there, and it's just.
How
Ugh.
is work?
Wow, it's a combination of fast, slow, dull, and hectic.
I I was given a job to do today.
Was it your actual job?
No,
Because
no.
you don't do anything ever any day.
Shut up. Someone um, fairly high up in our college needed
Hang
some
on, hang on, hang on.
what?
Was it the man with the plan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Um, she's holding a conference.
Oh,
Um,
it's a woman with a plan.
yes,
Oh, wow.
she's doing holding a conference and she needs someone to do the admin for it. And there's quite a lot of moving parts to it. It's one of those
Just
things.
like a carousel.
It's one of those things that is not nearly as complex as you'd think.
No, I should think it
I
is.
sat in a meeting with her and she was going through everything. They're having a magician, by the way.
Seems like a bit of an unnecessary thing, but okay.
There's a
Is it Stephen Mulhern? Because he'll do anything for.
there's a few
I mean, Christ, he does butlins.
there's various things to do with it that I hadn't done before. But if you don't know the system we use for it, you might be inclined to think it was incredibly complicated. And that's a
Well, I
good
should think you've got a magician on retainer, surely.
well it's a good thing for me. One of those things like that because you end up getting more credit than you deserve,
Well, yeah.
which is lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I made a sent an email today, which will result in us getting about £217,000. And it looks like I did a really good job, but actually all I did was plug my numbers in and report it. But I look really fucking good because that's a lot of money
Mm,
coming towards us at a time when we could do a bit more money.
yeah.
You know, so I'm the savior. I'm the guy with the good news. I'm the big cheese, the big kahuna, the rotten soldier, the
Good time
good time boy.
boy. Oh.
I'm pleased you got the reference.
I thought about you a bit.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah.
didn't think about you at all.
Well, no.
I'm joking. That's not entirely true. You come up surprisingly often in conversation.
Well, I know you hate this, but I am an important part of your life.
Yeah, you actually came up with my therapist.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, God, there's this one bastard I just can't shake. No matter what I do, I can't get rid of him. And the trouble is, he's now the person that I've known the longest that I actually talk to.
I
So now there's a sort of obligation. And I don't know who that person would be if it wasn't him.
I
So now I've got to sort of stick to it until I can work it out. And I don't know who it is. It's probably my boss.
I know I know you genuinely do like me. I don't know you're gonna make a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we've been over this many a times.
yeah.
Part of our relationship
And
is that we both sometimes
yeah.
pretend we don't,
I
but actually you're really insecure and need validation every now.
well, you're just emotionally stunted and unable to voice your inner feelings. But I know it. It's just every now and then I need a bit of reassurance.
I don't need to voice my inner feelings.
My
The people who know, the people who need to
yeah.
hear them, and the people who don't.
My
Simple as that.
my point is, that I know you do like me, and I know we joke about you kind of hating the fact that I'm the person you've known longest in your life. But I also know there's a part of you that kind of does really find that very disconcerting.
Yes, genuinely. The fact, like, I mean, obviously we've fallen in and out of touch many a times
Well, yes, like the best
for
pals
various
always
reasons,
do.
and that's actually why you came up in the
Uh
most recent time is why you came up in conversation with my
oh.
therapist.
Oh.
Um,
What did they say?
well, it didn't. Basically, the entire session that we had on Monday was basically what happened in Jordan's life between the ages of 9 and 19.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a bit of back and forth about a bit of time skipping backwards and forwards
Yeah.
for context and stuff. Oh, and I mentioned that we've been watching, or we're going to be watching the Star Wars things, and he's not a Star Wars guy. He's seen the original trilogy,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And we made the parting comment was, yes, the Skywalkers are such a dysfunctional family. I wonder if that's why I like Star Wars so much.
Yeah.
But no, anyway. Oh, and I recommended you watch Rogue One.
Of course you fucking did.
No, because the thing about Rogue One, and you'll see this, is that being effectively the events that take place in the title crawl of A New Hope, it is the perfect modern to old connection between the movies. If you're going to get into the modern style of making them, watch one that makes sense in terms of what you already know.
Well,
right? And for that, that's Rogue One.
Well,
but we've still got 6 fucking films to get through.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
We've got 6 films to get through before that.
Yeah.
I've got to wait a month and a half before you'll watch a film that I've been telling you to watch for however long. But I suppose at least you're watching it, unlike all the crap you've told me to watch that I've not watched and probably never will get to because I'm too busy.
You're never going to watch another one of my videos, I know that. I'm sure.
When was the last time you made one?
About 5 months ago.
Okay, what was that one about?
The Emmerdale plane crash.
Oh, no, I haven't watched that one
No.
yet, to be fair.
Have you watched the one about Sharon Gate?
I think so.
Right. You watched
was that the one you made me read the script for?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's you refuse. All right. I mean, I'd be flattered if you did, but I don't need you to comment anymore because I mean, I'm getting comments regularly now.
Yeah, you don't need my validation.
No.
You're getting it from complete strangers who mean nothing to you.
Every now and then I check in and look at all the nice comments and see how many.
We got a comment.
Did we?
We got a comment last week, and I basically shot him in the foot. But actually, it was a very nice, respectful comment. If they're watching this, I did genuinely look up the game. Go and have a look at the comment while we're talking.
What video was it?
It's easy. It'll just be in our notifications.
I can't get into my YouTube on
it was
my phone.
It was Immortal Redneck.
You only did one part.
Yeah. Yeah. But like that video.
Weird video to comment on.
Well, no, it makes sense though. And they subscribed. So shout out to you, whoever your name is again, because I've forgotten because I don't have it in front of me. and I'm shit with names. I mean, Christ, I barely remember mine some days.
It'll be
That might
it'll be in
the boost.
one-offs, won't it?
It should be.
Okay. What did you say? That might be what?
I was being silly.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Right, let's have a listen or a look.
It's
Good
the
stuff. Having a
comments
game
of
called
the
Absolute
week.
Insanity. I think you will love it. I also subscribe to your channel.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've applied. I looked it up. Doesn't look like my sort of thing. I'm not a big fan of horror, as I am famously saying.
Well, thank you.
I'm about
Hang on, I just want to give this guy a shout out.
Yeah, a proper shout out would be good.
Uh,
Feel free to comment again with another game suggestion. It may or may not get taken up.
Immortal Redneck DDTRS. Okay.
Have you done much cleaning? Because I feel like I've done loads of this cleaning.
Well,
I know you're looking at that now, so you're stopped.
Yeah, I did the outer rim.
But the outer rim. Oh, you know what's in the outer rim? Naboo and Tatooine.
Plant modes. Thank you, plant modes, for your interest.
Yes. And genuinely, I am actually playing Hades, which is what I alluded to in my comment. And I've gotten that good now that I have completed the game loop 3 times.
Oh, nice. Is that
that means I've escaped from hell 3 times.
It's one of them roguelikes, is it?
Yeah, where you
run through
fight, you die, you get better.
You keep your stuff. You get better stuff as you progress.
Yeah, you get
as
better
you complete
upgrades.
the run through. The only roguelike I've ever played is Pokemon Emerald Rogue, which is great. Yeah.
You should play Poker Rogue, the online thing. I think you'd like that.
Yeah. I actually came to a decision about comments.
Oh, okay. You're just going to ignore them.
Well, I think of the two of us, you should be the one that replies to them.
Okay, why?
Well, because
I've got more person skills.
Well, no, I get comments on my YouTube videos. You see, and
I get comments on my captions still.
Oh, well, that's nice. Well,
I tell you what, I got all sorts of comments today, this week, because I made a post. It's the first post I've done in a long time. Shall I read it to you?
Yes, story time.
Where is it? There it is. Title. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
Probably not a surprise. Been 2 months since I last posted, but I think this is it for real now. I can't get the subreddit deleted, it seems, and I'm reluctant to let anyone else own it. So I guess this will be the last thing on here, bar whatever needs doing, so no one else can sneak in and steal it from under me. Enjoy the archive.
Oh. Well.
And most of the comments that have come out of it have been incredibly positive.
Yeah, that's good.
There was one who they were like, remembering what I've put in that message, that whole fucking post.
Did they ask for some captions?
Can I have mod? Which is literally the fucking opposite of what I said was happening here. And then someone's like, "That's good. Porn is a bad addiction." I was like, "I didn't say I was addicted to it.
You didn't say you were giving it up."
Fucking, if anything, I'm looking at more now. It's for me now instead of. But no, I'm done. I'm definitely.
Well, it takes me so long to make my videos. I think a lot of people end up thinking I've quit. And I did post something saying I am working on the next video. I'm it's taking a while, as these things always do, because I do have other things going on. And it's a lengthy.
What? You're not allowed a life outside of content creation.
It's a lengthy.
You know that. I get you out of the basement so we can do this.
Yeah, it's a lengthy process. Making a video. There's a lot to it. It's. I'm happy with what I've done so far, but.
I've actually started a new project, but I can't go into too much detail about. I know the writing thing, but this is one of those I need to get it done while I still have it fresh in my head sort of projects.
What is it? Are you making
Whereas
porn?
the writing project, no, I'm not making porn.
Again.
Jesus Christ!
Well, no, all right. What are you doing?
I've literally stopped. I've made a fucking post about how I'm no longer going to be making captions, which is basically porn. So what's my new project? Oh, it must be making porn. I just fucking
Making a
pay
porn,
attention.
a video.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to make a porn video. Um, I I'm going to make a board game.
All right.
Yeah, I've got the gear to do it. And I've got the idea. The one thing that is putting me off at the moment is the actual design of the layout. I think I've worked out because I wasn't too sure what style to go with.
Mm.
Because of the concept, which I'm not going to go into. But the concept, it would work either as a Monopoly style go around the board
Mm.
in a one direction style, or it would also work in a Cluedo style where you have free range and are going to locations. And I was trying to work out which one because obviously once you commit to one as a from a design point, you basically got to start again if you change your mind, haven't you?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Monopoly, more Monopoly style. I think
All right.
it's not gonna be on a fucking Monopoly board, but it's
Yeah.
in terms of the directional flow,
Mm.
it's not like Snakes and Ladders where you weave up and down.
Yeah.
It'll be a you go around board
Oh.
thing, like Ludo or
Well, that sounds
any of that
interesting.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a creative thing to do, a board game. I did consider,
Yeah,
I've considered making video games in the past. I don't have the time. It may well be something I save for retirement, frankly. A Pokemon ROM hack. I'd like to do that, you know.
yeah. I keep telling myself that I've got the gear and I have got the time to make a video game.
Yeah.
My trouble is working out what the story within the video game needs to be.
Mm.
And I can get the rough layout of it, but getting it so it's actually entertaining and takes time, all that kind of shit.
See,
That's the difficult bit.
the good thing about making a ROM hack is you've sort of got existing story elements to work off, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the idea of making a ROM hack set in Kanto before the events of Pokemon Red and Blue. You know,
okay.
um, I did think about it. I got some gym leader ideas panned out and things like that. You know, but I just think that that might be interesting. Um,
Well, I mean, the software that I currently have that I would use is effectively a JRPG maker,
hmm.
um, which is exactly what you would probably want to end up using to
Well, there is
make
a
if you were doing it standalone,
yeah.
it'd be what you'd want to use to make effectively a Pokemon game.
You mean,
Oh, I've been kicked.
that's all right. I haven't looked into it too much. Um, but I think not a software or an engine or a something you download that you can use assets and stuff from the games and things like that. So yeah,
Oh, well,
I shaved my head.
yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I've
I mean, I saw the picture.
yeah.
I mean, I did everything I could to avoid making a joke about it because that would be unfair.
What was the? Did
Even
you have
though
a
I
joke
really,
in
really,
mind?
really wanted to.
Have a
No,
j-
I was just gonna. I did my best to avoid thinking of it
All right. Well,
because otherwise I'd say it, and then
that's
you know.
so okay. So it wasn't like you saw it and then instantly you thought of a joke.
No, no. I
No,
mean,
you were just
I felt the urge to make one.
oh, that's all right. I'm fine with that. It would have been different if you saw it and instantly went, "Oh my god, he looks like yeah,
Eggman.
something like that." Um, but yeah, I
Actually, oh no, that's not fair.
what
No, no, that was the different. No, no, no. I'm mixing up two different incidents in my.
what?
No, it's fine. I didn't do the thing I thought I did, so it's fine.
All right. Well, I was back at work this week,
Oh, you were.
and people at work were really nice about it. They said it suited me and said it looked good.
Maybe
This
they think you're going through some sort of mental breakdown.
well,
You picked the worst fucking time of year to do it.
no, I
Just want
didn't.
to reiterate.
I didn't. People keep saying that, but I didn't. My logic was, if I feel self-conscious about it, I can wear a hat when I go out, right?
Okay.
If
But
I do
how
it in the,
fucking cold is it?
it's not too bad. I've got a hoodie with my hood up at the minute. You know, it's
Put your heating on, man.
well. The annoying thing is the radiator in my study doesn't work.
Oh well, you need to get that fixed.
Oh. I'm sort of fine. I put the heating on mainly for the pipes. You know,
I've
I've
got the
been
heating.
sleeping in jogging bottoms and a couple of jumpers. Um, so you know,
Mm. Sleeping in jumpers.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Ben.
What?
People in poverty do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, financially, it is a little tight at the minute. Believe it or not, December was not a cheap month. That art commission
No,
I got from
December.
that art commission
Oh,
I had the piece of art I had commissioned for my sister for Christmas, which was
the cat thing.
a portrait of her cat, was not cheap, and I bought some more stuff that I needed. So,
Oh Christ! If you'd said I'd have done the picture of the cat.
and it was council tax. It's January and February when my council tax get done. So I'm a little strapped. I should be all right. I'm gonna.
Do you not? Do you not pay it monthly?
No, I do it two installments, like 260 odd quid.
Ah, no. Okay, so no, because of the time of year, it will just be the two installments because the default is for it to be 10 months across the year, but up till February. What you can do and what I do is get it split over 12 months normally, which would have given you 4 months.
What?
Okay, typically the council tax year, in terms of the times they want you to pay it, are either one lump sum or 10 payments across the year for the first 10 months from
Right,
April till February.
right.
Right? Because you've moved in, that
Mhm.
what they've done is rather than give you 10 months, they've given you 2 months because that would take you to February.
Okay, so this is like a catch-up sort of thing, or
Yeah, you're basically you're paying for 4 months, but you're doing it in 2 months rather than paying for 12 months in 10.
so what you're suggesting is that next year it will look very different.
Yes, next year it'll be you should have as standard. You'll end up getting a 10-month bill,
Okay.
which will cover the year, but they'll split it over 10 months. You can, if wanted, get them to split it over 12 months instead.
Okay, I think Mum mentioned that right at the start when I moved in. I just assumed the two
Yeah,
months thing was the norm. That makes a degree of sense. Thank you.
it's because you'll have just moved in now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
moved in October. But yeah,
Look at me knowing about tax, Ben.
well
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Fucking, this is me. I'm a proper grown up. You see, I've
Yeah,
been doing proper grown up in for a long time.
but it's been it's been an expensive time recently.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'll be all right. It'll balance out. I was thinking
I
about.
think my cash flow's about right. For where I am. I mean, I had the gas bill go out this month, and that
Mm,
was a bit higher than normal because my gas is a little bit sort of stuck on at times.
mm,
And obviously it's been getting a bit colder because it's for this end of the year, isn't it? It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm not too concerned about it. But I had a fuel allowancey style thing help out, which is nice.
That's
That's a means
nice.
tested council flat thing, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. It's if it wasn't for that, I'd have needed to pay an extra 30 quid on
Mm,
top of my what I'd already put into it.
yeah.
So whereas because of it, I'm about 100 odd quid better off than I expected. So
Yeah.
jobs are good.
Well.
What I do with my gas bill, you see, is when I've got a bit of spare cash, I chuck 50 quid, 100 quid into the
Into
account
the yeah,
on British Gas,
yeah.
so then I don't have to worry about it because I
Well.
knew the gas bill was coming out. I took out a bunch of the money that I've got in my I'm putting money aside for when I need to spend it fund,
Mm,
chuck that in there, and I don't overshot it a bit because I'd forgotten about this help that I've got. So
mm.
yeah,
Well,
the next saving stuff is for like my MOT, which is coming up again in June. I don't want to get as much put aside for that as possible, just in case.
I'm in surplus with Octopus Energy for about 30 quid, and I hardly ever put the heat
Hmm.
on anyway, so I should be all right.
It'll go quick. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy how quick it goes.
Mm,
Do they do your gas and electric?
yeah.
Yeah, it'll go real quick. Especially, do they have a standing charge or not? That's their key thing, isn't it?
It's
Do they not know?
59 quid, and I have to update meter readings every month, and then they take it from that.
Oh no! Hang on. What's 59 quid for direct debit?
Yeah.
No, the standing charge is the amount they charge you per day for having the account open.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, because basically every account has one, and it's a fucking rip off for everyone. But they keep doing it anyway. And I feel like there's someone who doesn't do it, and it might be Octopus Energy, but I enjoy the freedom of not paying by direct debit because it means I can do what I want with it. If that makes sense.
Well, it's always going to
There's
be
a li-
I
Sorry,
think.
go on.
Well, it's always. I think it might always be 59, and then if I owe more, they'll tell me. and if I owe
Yeah,
less,
but adjust it.
they'll whack it onto the account. But it's a standing thing
The
of
thing,
59 a month.
the thing that put me off getting a direct debit for it was when everyone's price. Did you turn the thing off?
No,
Oh, okay. It stopped moving up here, but maybe it never was moving up here. Oh, it was never moving up there. Okay, never mind.
that's me. Yeah.
Um, yeah, the thing that put me off was when COVID happened and everyone was all the prices went up and
Yeah.
yeah, all that kind of shit, and you'd get people who've their direct debits got up by £2,000 because of price.
Mm.
No, not a chance. I could not afford from a mistake like that. Even if a mistake like that was going to get fixed, I couldn't afford it. I was so pissed
You're
off.
sounding really weird.
Pardon?
You're sounding really weird.
So it's for you.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't. It's a bit garbled.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, what do we do?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Well, what?
Look,
Keep talking for a minute. Did you say?
yeah,
I only got yeah. I'll just keep talking, and I don't know whether you're working on a fix or whether you're just enjoying the noise, but we'll see. I don't know
we're
where.
doing all right, aren't we?
Hey, I can hear you again.
Yeah, I just let it come down a bit. I told you to monologue for a bit.
All right.
That was for you know,
Mm.
but it didn't come through, and that's fine. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm gonna make a board game. That's my current plan.
Cool.
You will frown upon it greatly when it ends up being made, if it actually
Is
gets
it a
finished.
sex
But
board
that's fine.
game?
No,
Uh,
it's a
well,
kinky sex board game.
my my plan is when I'm going to get this video done and then hopefully have that done by March. I'm going to take 2 weeks off, move 500 quid out my savings, and buy some art and decorations for the house because it does look a bit sparse. And in that
Oh yeah.
2 weeks, I'm going to focus on looking at the next step of my writing project, which should be good. But would you like a topic?
Well, actually, before we do,
Oh,
uh, are you not going to get into online dating
what?
in your time off?
Oh,
Set yourself up some dates and
well,
get on down and boogie.
you see, I think we talked about this last time that I signed up for online dating and I've with Classic FM, which you frowned
Yep.
upon greatly because you probably thought it was super
Because it's
cringe.
classic FM,
Yeah,
right?
I just thought like-minded people, and reconfigured my Tinder profile, but I didn't really
I
have
mean, I
any.
find like-minded people at a Lib Dem conference. Doesn't mean I want to fuck anyone. Fair.
Well,
I mean, Jesus,
fair
mate.
enough. It's a Lib Dem conference. I mean, there were two real reasons well, two real things I wanted to get from it. One was just the fact I was putting myself out there, and I thought that just psychologically was a good thing, you know,
Yep, I think so.
um, regardless of whether anything happened. I shouldn't think it will, because online dating is fucking rough at the best times.
They say about 10% of all the men get 90% of all the
Yeah,
swipes or whatever it is.
I, I,
And
I,
I'm gonna never we're not in the
I
10%.
know. I have to say, I have no expectation whatsoever of really speaking to anyone. I might match with someone every now and then on Tinder, but very rarely.
Alan, yeah, you should have settled on boobsy.
The other thing was, frankly, I just wanted to reassure myself that there were still single women out there that I might be interested in.
There are hot singles in your area.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there?
Well, not
Actually, I've got a topic about someone who's vaguely in your area,
not
but we'll
necess-
come to that later.
not necessarily in in my area precisely, but nearabouts, and it just reassured me that there's people out there, that I'm not the only single person in the world, and there might well be a chance. And you gotta hope, man. You gotta fucking hope.
Yeah,
Because what
yeah,
happens
you
if
have.
you don't? We talked about
Well,
my terrible New Year's Eve.
I
Essentially,
mean,
I've
what you got to remember, sorry, just very very quickly, is
yeah,
that what you need is a new hope.
yes, I yeah, I
Go check that video.
yeah, I spent New Year's on my own, and it was very depressing, mostly because nobody else was in the house, and I just felt fucking awful. Frankly, I just got a vision of myself in 30 years' time, and I just thought, oh my god, because nothing in the world terrifies me more, quite frankly.
Being alone.
Yeah,
Oh well, Ben. I hate to say it, but you did opt to spend it alone.
I know. I thought it would be all right. It usually is. In fairness, it usually is. It's usually a bit of a thoughtful. What's the word? You know where it's sad, but it's like not the worst,
Melancholy,
melancholic sort of. I'm not sure that's even the right word.
bittersweet.
No, I always think of that episode of Star Trek, The Inner Light. Pathos. Is it pathos? I don't know.
Maybe I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's always quite nice, but this time I was just completely fucking alone. I was just, oh my god, and I just got a vision of myself at 60, and I thought I can, one way or the other, I'm never going to let that happen. I would honestly rather kill myself. I honestly will.
Well,
You
wait
know.
until I'm in the will at the very least.
Yeah. But speaking of online dating, I
Oh my
mentioned.
god, have you got a date?
Well, I mentioned I had a sort of saucy topic.
Oh my god,
Risque.
you've not become a sexter, have you?
Well,
Again,
well. Are
go on,
you
go on with it.
are you familiar with a little website called Grinder?
I am actually vaguely familiar with a website called Grinder.
Yeah. Well, I sometimes did.
That's for tennis player, the
Hmm,
snooker player, wasn't it? The Grinder, John, no, Cliff Thornton, wasn't it? Was the Grinder?
I don't know. Did you see? Actually,
Google it, because I'm
I'm
sure it
not.
was.
I can't be fucked. Well, literally,
I
I'm.
know, and that's part of the problem.
I
Hey,
there was someone on Jeopardy, the quiz show, trended recently because they answered the question to which the answer was Tinder, but they spelt it like grinder, and everybody was sort of making side eyes and thinking, "Oh, he's revealed a bit too much about himself there." Um, yes, I occasionally dip into grinder. Not that it ever gets me
yeah,
anywhere, but
I have done occasionally.
it's the one place where you're guaranteed to get interest,
Yeah, pretty much. And
especially if you don't use a
sadly, for
photo.
my liking, sadly for my taste, it's a bit too much interest and a bit too full on interest.
Well,
Last time I got my hair done,
yeah.
I got offered a shag in the bus station toilets in this town,
Well,
and I just had to refuse.
all right.
Yeah. Anyway,
I bet
carry
there's
on.
Jordan was here scroll onto the wall for a good time.
No,
Swallow
I've
by
got no
name,
phone.
swallow by nature. But anyway,
Hang on,
um,
you just doxed me there.
oh shit. Anyway,
What's that about new fields, or was it old fields you prefer?
well, okay, enough of this. Sorry, um,
What goes
sorry.
around comes around,
I
just
didn't.
like a
I
carousel.
didn't. I didn't mean to.
I know you. What it is you knew there was a joke there, a joke that
Yeah.
I've had to deal with for many a year, and you
Yeah.
couldn't resist. You splurted it out, just like a randy
Just
20
like
year
that
old
guy
who
in
shot
that
your load
bus
before you
station
thought
toilet.
about it.
um, yes. Well, yes. I've never really seriously pursued it.
No,
But
it's not.
it's good for the old ego to get a bit of attention, and
Yeah,
reassurance that
absolutely.
if you wanted something, you could probably find it. Well, I took things a step further.
Oh God,
As part of my
you made your own grind.
well, no, as part of my New Year's resolution, I sort of wanted something a bit more than that. Um, so I got on the old grinder, so to speak,
Okay,
and started talking to a guy, and we hit it off, and we
a
had
guy.
yeah,
Okay, question. Very
what,
important question here.
yeah,
Because obviously it's a guy's grinder.
yeah.
Did they tell you that they're not gay?
Uh, Put it this way, their sexual preference is much the same as mine,
Okay.
which is mostly one
Any you can get.
mostly one way with a passing interest in the other. You know. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, we hit it off, and we had the same interest, and we were looking for the same sort of stuff. So we added each other on WhatsApp, right?
Oh, risky, risky. Go
Why?
on.
Why is it risky?
Oh, because you add anyone on a second. That's the first thing is that you don't do is you don't get them on a second platform
Why not?
until you know you can trust them. It's the same. It's the same for anything. Same for any. So you don't go to a second location, Ben.
Well, I did. Um,
Oh, okay. Go
any
on, carry on.
anyway, we were talking and well, things as they do went,
Oh yes.
sexual, which was good.
Well, yes, because God forbid people have a polite conversation these days. Although to be fair, you know that person on WhatsApp that I was talking to you about yesterday. I sent you the screenshots.
Oh, that scammer.
Yeah, the almost definite scammer.
Yeah,
Well, they mentioned doing yoga, so I started talking about butts,
right.
just because and you know, that's shit like that.
Yeah.
I think I've been going to get kicked again because I can't put the thingy down.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
I'm going
Um.
to leave it and then come back.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So I've got the ladder now. How do I put this down?
Point at one of the places and press F.
It won't let me.
Oh well, now you've got problems.
Oh, hang on. There you go.
Go on, tell me about your WhatsApp flirting.
Yeah. So we that
How many
that
dick pics did you send?
none of your business. But anyway, we
Oh
did
god, they didn't ask for a bumhole pic, did they? Because they're really awkward to take.
a what?
A bumhole pic.
No, no, they're not that way inclined, really. Anyway, that was good, and then went quiet. And a few days later, we started. We picked up and we went again, and it was really annoying because he finished, presumably
Sorry, mate.
finished, and then he
Yeah.
fucked off.
That's one of those ones.
Typical bloody men, eh?
Yeah,
He got his kicks.
yeah.
I mean, in fairness, I got my kicks quite a bit sooner than his, but regardless,
Oh well.
you know.
Well,
And another thing,
you're
I find myself doing most of the work,
yeah, yeah. No, I
talk
can.
wise. You know,
Well, he's probably too busy,
I don't know. It's like
one-handed.
I've said to him, do you want to sort of pull your weight, not in so many words, and he said, no, I'm rubbish at this. You keep going.
Oh, great.
And it's like,
I mean, in fairness, when it comes to that sort of thing, I'm better at the wordy stuff than my partner is.
yeah. Well, it's
But
not.
she's got better pictures, so
It's not even that. It's not even that. I mean, I don't want to give too
you
much.
just want participation,
It's not. I'm
right?
not.
That's what it is.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not. I don't want to give too much away about my interests. Um, but there's.
Look, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons style roleplay, that's fine, Ben. People aren't going to judge you for that these days like they used to. Okay, you're not going to get lynched for wanting Big Daddy Dragon to
No.
spank you on the bot pot. Okay,
No. It's literally as simple as like sharing videos,
okay.
and he won't do it. He's like, oh, I'm rubbish at this. And my first thought was, oh my god, what if this is some sort of honey trap type thing?
Yeah, you've been honey trapped.
No, I haven't.
You say that.
No, I definitely haven't.
But how do you definitely? Well, I mean, would it be worth honey trapping you? Is the real question.
Well, for a start, the guy isn't like conventionally honey trap looking.
Exactly. That's how it catches you off guard.
No,
I
it's
don't look like a Chinese spy, but if I ended up being one, you'd be like, oh, actually, you know what? It sort of makes sense, doesn't it?
you do look a bit like a Chinese spy. Um,
You know what? Screw you, because that scammer said that I look Asian as well,
he
and I didn't send him a picture, by the way, because WhatsApp I've got a profile picture on there, so they saw that, and they're like,
well
oh, mate, what part of Asia do you come from? I was like, I don't. What made you think that? And
well
I
I
told him I was Canadian.
well I checked and he's he's legit. He's got a proper Facebook profile and everything. And I worried about this for a while, but then I was like, you know what? What's the most likely scenario here? Is this an elaborate honey trap, or is this just somebody who,
He's trying to get red rocks off and can't be asked to put the work in.
yeah. And honestly,
Oh well,
I'm
it's
I
probably the second one.
I thought about it and was kind of annoyed, but then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take it. I don't really give a shit. It's still working for me.
God, your self esteem is so low. Isn't
No, it's not. It's like
it? Okay,
this.
I genuinely have so little interest in your sex life, Ben, but you deserve better.
Thank you, but yeah, what you have to understand is this isn't like a serious thing for me. You know,
Okay, I get that, but
this this
you
this
know,
this
one of these
this is an aid.
something like this that could always become
Nah,
a serious thing in
nah.
the right circumstances.
It could
No, no,
do,
you
but
say that. You can't rule it out, especially with what sounds like your freaky interests.
nah. I'm completely fine with what this is, really, on the whole. Frankly,
Well, that, on the whole, it's supposed to be in the hole. Hey,
like I thought about it and was like, you know what, fuck it. Whatever. It's still working for me. I'm getting what I want. So you know,
is what you want an orgasm because they're really cheap these days.
I'm not paying for it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're so cheap nowadays. Um, I have a video adult content related topic as well.
Oh God, and it's our saucy special.
Yes, that's our sexy saucy circus special.
Ooh,
Um,
Mrs. Ooh,
Stop quick clowning around.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I obviously as part of being a caption person, I have in the past felt the need to follow certain adult content creators on various social medias so I can get a sort of gist of what's sexy and what works.
Yeah.
Right? That's my excuse, and that's what I'm sticking to. I happened to stumble across one of the content creators that I see on TikTok a lot on Twitter. So I had a look through, and they did a. Okay, so if I were to say CEI video,
Okay.
would you know what those terms mean?
Wait, spell it out for me again.
JOI
Yeah.
CEI.
CEI.
Do you know what those terms mean?
Well, it's jerk off instruction.
Yep, that's the first half. If I were to say that the second one was
CEI.
something eating instruction,
Oh, come eating instruction.
there we go.
See, I've lived a
So
little.
yeah, I know, right? You're probably the target or no. Anyway, the thing is, they made this video,
Yeah.
but they were dressed as a Christmas tree because it was one of their Christmas things. And I'm going to level with
That's
it.
fucking niche.
Actually, it was very niche. It did actually somehow do something. It was a bit weird. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but I think I learned something about myself there. But it might just be because it's a person, right?
More like cocking around the Christmas tree. Am I right?
Yeah,
Am
sure.
I
Let's
right?
go with that. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. So
Um,
anyway, yeah, that was a thing. That's a thing that I discovered. Someone dressed as a sexy Christmas tree, and actually, it's not even that flattering a costume. It is like you know how if someone goes to a you go to a party and it's a costume party, and you get people dressed in what are basically clothes,
yeah.
regular clothes, but it's still on theme, and then you
Yeah.
get that one person who gets into this really quite physically limiting costume
Yeah.
because it fits the theme even more.
Yeah.
It was that sort of a costume.
Yeah. I can picture what you mean.
Yeah,
Dick the halls.
more like lick for balls.
Oh, very good.
Thank you. So anyway, yeah, that was a thing.
Come,
I mean,
all ye
obviously, I didn't.
faithful.
Yeah, it's not like I did anything with watching the video. I
Yeah.
was amazed that it was a thing that A existed, and B was actually just that little bit sexy in the first place.
Yeah.
I was amazed, but yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Well.
The porn industry is broken, man. It is so broken.
Well.
So we discussed many a video ago. I forget what we were playing. Probably Viscera Cleanup Detail.
Oh gosh.
We discussed the fact that I'm pan, didn't we?
Yeah, you're
At
sort of
one point.
everything, and yeah.
Bi seems too limiting.
Well, I don't believe in labels anymore. Really, I don't really like being described as bisexual. I'm just me. I'm into what I'm into, and that will do me. Thank you. But yes, go on.
And you'd prefer them to do you as well, right? Hey,
Chance to be a
so
fine
anyway,
thing.
a fine thing
A
indeed.
fine thing
Anyway,
indeed.
I classify myself as pan. By was the descriptor, but then I realised that bi is actually quite limiting
Yeah.
because it doesn't feel gender inclusive, whereas I am.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've settled on pan,
Mm.
and as a result of conversations after picking my son up after my therapy session on Monday, it turns out that his nan, for the first time ever, realised that I'm not just a heterosexual male.
That's interesting.
She thought I was heterosexual. She
Well, I suppose for many people that's the default.
well, yeah, but I'd like to think that over the what is now coming up to for it's 12 and a half years. Over the last 12 and a half years, I thought I'd have given a few clues that I'm not.
Well,
But no, apparently,
how much did she know about the whole situation before
what you mean for stuff that
with your
happened when there was
previous?
the four people?
Yeah, that setup.
Yeah, everything. We kept her very in the loop
All right.
because obviously it's one of those things where it's we saw her a lot, so it was very easy for
Yeah.
to think something was going on
Yeah.
if she saw us out and about with other people,
Yeah.
right? It's best to nip that sort of thing in the bud before anyone starts causing problems with it.
Mm.
I mean, only the people that need to know,
Yeah.
the people who would take issue
Yeah.
or would potentially have a chat that they don't need to have. If, for example, you were in that situation and you bumped into your mum,
Mm. Oh yeah, I tell
whilst you
mum.
were with someone
I
else.
I would tell mum.
No. But suppose you hadn't told
Yeah.
your mum. Yeah. So suppose you hadn't got to it, and then your partner was with another person
Yeah.
on what looked like a date.
Yeah.
You'd expect your mum to say, "Look, I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
this is I've just seen this happen," and that's an awkward conversation to have
It
for everyone
is.
involved. But you can just nip into it right away by
Yeah.
being open and honest about it.
Yeah.
So we were open and honest about it.
Yeah. That's good.
Open and honest communication is the winning formula for every relationship. In fact,
It is.
as a part of that, we've got a woman at work leaving tomorrow. So last day.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be in the office tomorrow, but because of circumstance, I've ended up going in. I'm gonna be going in for the morning at least.
Mm.
And she's joked about the fact that we're besties,
Mm.
me and her.
Yeah.
And I made a point of specifically saying to her on at least three separate occasions, I might be your bestie, but you're not mine. I have clearly defined our relationship,
Mm.
or as clearly as I can.
Yeah. Mm.
We are, we might be besties in your eyes, but I have more important people. I said to her, the minute you leave, the minute you've left this office, you mean nothing to me.
Jesus, Jordan.
That is it. We are done. It was in a jokey tone, but there was an element of serious to it. I can't keep getting attached to people. I just can't do it.
Mm. But that's
If I'm getting attached to someone, I want to get attached to them in the long term. I don't want to. They've only been there a few months, for crying out loud.
grief is
It's
the
like,
price we pay for love, Jordan.
yeah, well, this isn't a love relationship. This is a very work
Well,
colleague.
when I say
So
love,
it
I
will no
mean
longer be a
affection.
work colleague.
I mean affection. You know.
Honestly, best thing about them is the cake. I realise that sounds like
Mm.
I'm not talking about their ass. They keep bringing cakes in, but that's not going to happen anymore.
Mm.
So, I yeah, and I'm not so cheaply bought. Although they do entertain the squan thing.
Oh, well, that'll do it. That's a surefire way to make your acquaintance be pals with you, isn't it? Fucking
Look,
pander to your fucking weird fucking squan. Fucking
look. The way I
squan.
see it, the way I see it, mate. I have solved the problem.
Do you want to explain
Just because you're too.
squan for some of our viewers/listeners who may have joined us since we talked about it last when we played Left 4 Dead, the one with the bridge in New Orleans?
Oh, the for passing.
No, the other one. The
Oh no, yeah, no, I can't remember what it's called. But
yeah.
you have to run across.
Go on then. What's
Was
squan?
it that video? Wow.
Yeah.
Squan is the way I say the word that most people would say scone or scone. Because the way I see it, squan is a much more appropriate way of saying it compared to, well, I can understand scone. I can understand scone. if you consider them like stone and gone. But by that same logic, squan, sk, and then the number one is a perfectly reasonable pronunciation. Squan. And for anyone who doesn't know what a squan is, it's basically like a rock cake style thing. It's like a little circular cake
I
that you put
I
cream and jam
I
on.
genuinely don't think I ever have more disdain for you than when you talk about Squan. I
I don't think you just don't live in the same world as me, Ben. That's what it
I
is.
I I just I listen to you talk and I just think
No, because what you got to remember is this is one of those things that is an unnecessary conflict between the north south, right?
mm,
This is just another thing that people just can't agree on for the sake of, even if Squan does nothing else besides unifying the two sides of people against a third,
mm,
that's fine by me.
mm,
Because the whole point is it's meant to be a problem solving name, and if the way it solves the problem is by making people hate it so much that they rally together, that works for me. I'm not a proud man. I'm not a ambitious man. I will take whatever I get when it comes to this. I don't settle out everywhere, obviously. I settle when it comes to my friends.
mm. Well,
Yeah, I'll stand by that comment.
if okay, okay, all right.
Horse rod. Are you watching this horse rod, mate?
I am doing. I'm trying. Yay, horse rod top.
I just don't understand why it's such a big issue for you.
It's. I don't know. There's just something about it that just.
Linguistically, it works.
It feel it. I tell you what it is. It sort of feels like you've made up uh a solution to seem quirky and interesting. Like, oh, I don't call them
No,
scones or scones. I call them squans. Gosh, aren't I something?
look, you know what? If I ever actually just slipped out of it, right, if it was one of those things what I only say as a conversation piece,
Mm.
then absolutely I would understand that. But I literally say I'm going to go get a swan now, or I really fancy some swans right
That
now.
makes it worse.
It's just how I say them. Ben. Get over it.
I have a question.
Okay. Since when did you have to declare them?
Do we do the bottom ones of these as well?
Probably need to.
Because if we turned it off, it would stop moving.
It would stop moving, but then get
What?
this, then you wouldn't get the achievement that I've already got.
But there'd be bits you couldn't get.
No. Oh yeah, there wouldn't there? You'd have to turn them back on. For the purpose of then turning them back
Okay,
off
so
again.
you have to have them on to clean at some point.
It's hard work, isn't it?
Bloody annoying.
Our internet's not holding up well together either. You keep getting a bit disrupted. I suppose
My internet's actually been all right recently, or at least not as bad as it was with Hitman.
Oh yeah, it was quite bad with Hitman.
Yeah.
Spire ring? What the fuck is that?
It's the thing right at the top with the ring around the spire. Believe it or not.
I'm not sure I believe that, but okay.
Well, of course it fucking is,
Is
it?
it on the outside or the inside?
It'll be, I reckon.
It's on the outside. It's over here. It's literally the bottom of the topper.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I thought we'd done cresting frames and 6 horse rods. Fucking hell.
Well, you sort out the horse rods. I'll start with.
Oh
start
yeah,
out
I'll
with
do the hard bit.
Well, I mean, I know how much you love a good rod.
Yeah. Hmm. That's one. Hmm. That's two.
I've literally only done one of my topics.
I think I've got two more. So
Two more topics total.
yeah. How many have you
Jesus
got?
Christ, man. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight.
Well, you said you didn't have many.
Yeah, I didn't have many.
Maybe that one's done.
None of what I've only one of what I've done was a topic that I'd intended to talk about, and that is the sexy Christmas tree
Hmm.
because it was such a weird thing that I felt we need to share it, like the Wallace in Gromit or the Wallace in Vietnam thing.
Yeah, that was
I
weird.
just, I just, it felt compelling to share.
Go on then, give us another.
All right. Luke Littler won again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's
Well, we
only
actually he won it proper this time rather than last time where he came a runner up.
yeah, he's only 17.
Captain Kebab.
Yeah,
He likes his kebabs. You see, it's not a weight related insult.
it's a food
It's
preference
a
related.
it's a thing about what he likes, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I like kebabs as well. I'll eat a kebab if I'm sober.
Oh, that's something,
I'll
isn't
spill a kebab if I'm drunk.
it? Mm.
Yeah, so that's that one done.
He's a
See, I
17.
didn't say they were.
He's a 17-year-old who doesn't look like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, he didn't look like a 16-year-old either when he was a 16-year-old.
Well, darts player.
Dance really fucking ages you.
It was, yeah, it's because all the pubs and working men's clubs, if they still exist, and whatever.
Do you consider dance to be a sport?
I consider it to be a game, but I consider bowls to be a
Okay.
game too. And my uncle is an accomplished bowls player, like Commonwealth
Okay.
medal winning.
Oh, it's only the Commonwealth, though, isn't it?
Well, no, well, yeah, but even so, that's kind of fucking something, isn't it? He's a Commonwealth
Well, I
medal winner,
suppose.
and I consider that to be a game. Really, it's not to
But
say there's no skill in it because there absolutely is. Um,
is that the right one? Oh yeah, it's a bit. Watches for ride, penetrates for ride. Oh, Christ. So, go.
hey,
Right. Well, we did it, Ben. Well done.
I got the achievement.
Good. I already had it.
Mm.
How long have we been going?
I don't know. I'll tell you after the replay's finished. Okay, cool. We've been going 59 minutes.
Oh, is there any small ones or?
There's a drill for 250, so I guess that'll do us, won't it?
Yeah, I should do it.
Mm. What were we talking about?
No, we Luke Littler, but we were gonna
Oh yeah, I
do
was talking about bowls, wasn't I?
yeah,
Yeah.
bowls.
Do you know what the aim of bowls is?
Is that the one where it's basically curling?
I suspect so. I don't really know what curling is, but I
You've
mean
got to
I
get it near the target.
yeah. I think if I recall correctly, there's a main ball, and you take turns rolling your own balls towards it, and at the end, the one whose ball is closest wins. And there's
Yeah, it's
skill and
basically
strategy.
curling.
You can knock other people's balls out and all sorts, you know. So yeah,
Oh, knock your balls out, sunshine.
is that what you put on your grinder profile?
No, it would slurp. See, you're disgusted now,
Nah,
and you brought it on yourself. So, oh, I remember this being a pain in the ass.
I'm
This
trying.
one.
You might have said before we started, but hey ho,
No, I'd forgotten about it, but I remember
I'll
now.
forgive you.
I mean, we've already done a third of it, so you know.
Mm,
In that case, a relatively quick topic.
yeah,
Have you heard about the new big player when it comes to Twitter?
yeah. Is this Elon
There's a
Musk's
new
fake account or something?
Adrian Dittman. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big guy when it comes to Twitter, isn't he? It seems
Well,
with his
I only know about this because I
with
saw
his
the tweet.
close ties.
I saw references to a tweet that suggested Elon Musk admitted it was him, and nobody was surprised.
Yeah, basically everyone seems to agree that it's him. Sounds like him. People have interviewed him, chatted with him, all that kind of bullshit. It's Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk, and it is the saddest, most pathetic thing that anyone could do, let alone supposedly the richest man.
Mm.
Now it's complicated because a lot of his money's in crypto, isn't it?
Well,
Apparently.
net worth
So
is net worth, man.
I know, but like whether he's the richest man in the on the planet or not, it fluctuates depending on how much crypto is worth.
Well,
So it's more complicated than just he's the richest man on the planet.
do you know you can opt out of that whole Forbes richest list?
Yeah, but how much did it cost you?
I don't know, but apparently there are plenty of very rich people who, by right, should appear who decide not to.
There's by rights a lot of very rich people who are going to have to buy new homes in the morning.
Because everything's on fire in California.
Yes, California.
Californication.
But we'll get onto that later.
Mm.
But yeah, Adrian Dittman, Elon Musk's alter ego. The thing that I saw, and I'd seen it before I'd got the context for it,
Yeah.
was the picture of him with the kids and Dickman replying that he's a great dad and all that kind of shit.
God.
It's like, I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
It's so sad. I mean, he so desperately wants to be this edgelord meme type. It's just like fucking hell.
Yeah, it's
How
not.
can you be
It's
this
not.
pathetic? So, thinking he's a genius. He's not a fucking genius.
No, he's a man who got a bit of money, has made a few sensible business decisions with it,
Mm,
and now suddenly has basically all the money.
yes.
It doesn't make you clever to have taken advantage of something.
No,
Right?
he
You
didn't.
can be clever and take advantage of something,
But it's not inherent.
but yeah,
They're not synonymous.
it's not him doing the work, is it?
No.
It's not him having the ideas. He's just a man who's got a fixation on the letter X
Mm.
and fucking,
He
you
thinks he's
know,
fucking Tony Stark.
a more like phony bark.
Yeah. Oh.
I only had to start. Don't know if it tells.
Would you mind?
But no, that's a thing. So it's all a bit depressing.
Do you
I love
mind?
the fact that everyone still calls it Twitter.
Would you mind if I very quickly nip to the loo?
Yes, I would mind.
Okay. Fill time, please. Back in a bit.
Well, how do we? How are we going to deal with this? Well, I've got a challenge for you, viewer. If you're watching this still, which you're not, but if you are, challenge for you. I implore you to leave a comment, but not just any old comment. Leave a comment that in some way criticizes the sound quality of Ben's microphone, specifically Ben's microphone. Nothing else. I mean, you can criticize anything you want when it comes to us. We basically don't care. But please, for the love of God, make that sort of a comment. That will amuse me, and then we'll, have a lovely old chat about it next week or whenever, when he questions what the hell's going on. So yeah, but don't tell him that I said it. Don't tell him I said to do it because then that'll defeat the point. Wind him up. Just wind him up. Yeah, let's have a little fun winding him up. Please. Thank you. So anyway, insert joke about drills here. God, runnings have really outdone themselves with this one, haven't they? Leave a comment if you know who Grunnings are. Anywho, what was it? Where's this? There we go. There we go. And let's look how well this is going. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying look how well this is going. You can't even see because Ben's over there and I'm over here. Has he left his water running? No, he hasn't. Welcome back, Ben. Jesus Christ, he's just jismed.
No, I've choked myself.
Again, you keep telling me that you think I'm going to die like that.
Well, I because I've got two jumpers on and a hoodie, and I put my hood up, and it's over my headphones. It pulls up, so the orange jumper I'm wearing, the big orange jumper that's underneath the hoodie, it pulls up with it and wraps itself tightly around my neck.
Can I question something for a second?
Yeah.
You've not got your heating on or you're not got the heating on there because the radiator doesn't work, correct?
Yeah.
Is there not a better place you could put that? So your computer, so that you don't have to be in a cold room.
No. It
No, I mean
makes.
there will be though, and you're
Well,
just
all
saying there
right.
won't be.
Yeah, there are other rooms I could put my computer in, but that wasn't the question. The question was a better room.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a place where you can have actual warmth without having to dress yourself in a dozen layers would probably make that room a better room. Personally, as part of my criteria of best rooms
Look,
or thing,
I'm gonna put the heat on after we finish this video. Um, it won't heat up this room, but
at least this will make your bedroom warm.
yeah, I might. I mean, if I need to,
So you don't have to sleep in a fucking
yeah,
bear suit.
yeah,
Oh, I might wear my fox onesie today
quite cozy
for bed.
actually.
Or I might leave it till tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to wear it tomorrow instead. Anywho, another non-topic that I wasn't planning on talking about today.
Mhm.
We've made slight steps towards getting my tattoo.
Yeah.
In that I spoke with the tattoo guy this week and said, "Let me know when you're settled in your new place, and we can get me booked in."
Lovely.
So the onus is on them now,
Mm.
because they're busy. I don't want to stress them,
Yeah,
but
you just
I
said,
wanted
look,
to
I'm free.
express
Give me
my
a call.
interest.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
know.
just let me know when. And I offered to. I said, "Look, if there's anything I can do to help out, let me know," because they're one of my partners, associates,
Yeah.
acquaintances, someone they want to hang out more with.
Uh-huh.
So I figure it's good to stay on the good side of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And also, if this is someone who's going to be stabbing me in the arm repeatedly,
You
it's
want.
probably best for them to not dislike me.
Yeah.
You don't want a vengeful
Point.
ex to tattoo you, do you?
No. No.
So,
Speaking of vengeful exes, well, not even vengeful,
yes.
really. I won't go into details, but is there any news on that situation?
No,
No. Okay.
no, nothing I don't. Oh, there is, but not that I can tell you.
What at all?
I mean, not that I can tell you now
Okay.
because of circumstances.
No, well, what you mean the fact that we're recording?
Well, yeah, that.
We're live on the internet.
It's not a topic to discuss on here.
That's all right. I wasn't. I wasn't. I hope you don't think I was. That wasn't my intention.
No, I
Not
just
really. If you.
you want to talk about it. Talk about it. Ask me when we're not recording.
All
I'll
right.
talk about it. But also, I need to. There's certain other criteria in place, but that's the primary one, right?
Okay.
Cool. Honestly, I don't know why he keeps wanting to know about that bird I knocked up with the pigeons.
Well, I'll be
Oh
honest.
shit! I shouldn't have said that.
What? Pigeons?
Yeah, I was just talking shit.
All right. Honestly, I'm just nosy.
I know, you are. But I
I'm
also
just.
worry that you'll do something stupid.
I promise you, I'm not going to do anything stupid.
Ben, I trust you to do something stupid.
Okay. I will not let you down.
I just, it would not be good for you.
No, I know.
I know you know that, but there might come a time when you'll forget that for the sake of convenience.
Well, I'm.
So,
Mm.
has anything I've said actually been unfair there?
No.
No. Okay. I've known you for a long time, Ben. As much as I hate to admit it, every time I admit it, I've known you for a long time, Ben.
Yeah.
You do on occasion make mistakes. I worry that this could lead to one. So
I'm not. I'm. No. I'm not.
I worry.
Well.
Okay.
Well, if you. Well. We, we'll talk about it.
I will keep you in the loop
We'll talk about it.
as and when, but just you know.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But
So you
look,
keep saying.
all I'm.
Shall we move on to another topic?
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about
So
it.
you keep saying.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. About it. Talk about it.
From an interview with Adrian Dickman, miss.
What? Who's Adrian
I'm
Dittman?
trying to. Elon Musk,
Who's Elon Musk?
your
Sounds
father.
like a terrible. Really, fucking hell, he owes me a bit of money then, doesn't he? Not that I'd ever get it, the jammy
The tight-fisted prick.
bastard.
I've never met a nice South African. That's not true. I've met a few South Africans, and all of them
Um,
at work.
I my one of my geography teacher at secondary school was South African. She thought I was great. She said
Yeah,
to my mum on parenting that she could teach 100 of me in her class. Um,
yeah, because you
um,
don't, you just sit there and do your fucking work.
because
It's not the
because I
same.
was riddled with social anxiety and just did my work. Yes, every teacher's dream is somebody with mental trauma,
No
which means they don't
personality.
talk. Yeah, yeah. I think I remember I did my when I did my coursework. I used to stay a little after school to do it because my mum didn't leave work for a while and I had a bit of time to kill, so I thought I'd work on that. So me sitting around for a bit. And she
Oh,
accused
okay.
me of in sort of soft tones. She said you need to put this in your own words. You know, that you need to put this in your own words. It took me a while to figure out exactly what she was saying, and I just thought, well, okay, maybe she just means I need to rephrase it. But I realised she thought I was like lift
Cheating.
what? Well,
She thought you were
plagiarizing. I think.
intentionally plagiarizing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, essentially, because the way I wrote, she didn't expect me to write that way. And that was kind of stunning. And I didn't do too well at geography. I remember sitting in the exam and you know you can choose like one of the 6 mark questions to answer.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I remember being partway through that question thinking I have chosen the wrong question. Yeah, I come to think of it, there is more I can say about the other thing, but I was too far in at that point to change, so I just made the best of it. And I didn't do too well, and I think she was a bit disappointed because she had all her hopes picked on, yeah, on me.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I get you.
I saw her,
Well, I mean, that's what you do, isn't it, Ben? Is you disappoint,
yeah,
and that's fine.
I saw her,
We're used to it.
I saw her a few years ago, actually, at the shopping outlet in our hometown. I was buying shoes because I was volunteering at a former place of work before I started working there, and I told her what I was doing, and I think she was a little disappointed then because I think she thought I'd go on to bigger and brighter things, which I have since done.
Yes. Our English teacher once saw me handing out leaflets outside that same uh, shopping centre,
Which English teacher was
and
this?
this is the one who showed us page three that one time.
Oh, so it wasn't SB, was it?
I can't remember her
Why
fucking
don't why don't you
initials.
just say their surname? Nobody's gonna know.
I can't remember. That's the problem.
Was this the
It
man?
was a year. It was years. Yeah, it was the man. It was
But,
the man who, if okay, now you got to remember, I have every respect for authority figures when it's someone that is actually an authority figure who deserves it. If I saw this person in the street, I would assume they were a thicker.
oh yeah, no. Now I know
Okay,
who you
okay,
mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
particular teacher saw me handing out leaflets one
Yeah.
time outside the shopping centre, and I felt the exact same feeling that you've obviously felt.
Yeah, it was a bit like I'm so sorry you had I was such a I was such a star pupil and now look at me, you know. I remember when I got a job
Oh,
at
just
I got a job at a sort of supermarket type place. And I
was it called a supermarket?
yeah, and I was stacking shelves the first night or doing a date check, so running along and checking the dates, believe it or not, of things on the shelves. And I had a moment where I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. How has this happened? You know?
Yeah, well,
Um hey ho.
that is not to diminish the work that these people do.
No, it's important
I
and
know it sounds like Ben thinks you're all incompetents that haven't warranted to anything, amounted to anything in your life,
yeah.
and to a degree, it's probably true. But also, that's not what he's saying because he'd be feeling really guilty about it if he did end up saying that. Instead, he just wants you to know that he thinks he's better than you.
Well, I look forward to the next video which will be titled An Apology. And it would just be
No, I
me going,
groveling.
you
I
know,
didn't say it really.
I said
Jordan put the words in my mouth.
some opinions were voiced that do not reflect the person I really am.
No, Ben, much kinder than you are.
Yeah.
Look, everyone
I
thinks some sort of section of society is beneath them. It's how society functions.
I remember
Okay.
going back to that school after I'd applied for uni for some reason, and
Mm,
I met him and I told him I was doing film and American studies at uni, and he told me that
mm.
he had come next term he was going to be teaching media,
Okay.
and he said, so I empathise. I'm also doing something I haven't got a clue about, and
Wow.
it was like, thank you. I remember our
Wow.
do you remember our was it life studies? The lesson, our life studies teacher.
PTHSE or PHSA or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he when I was volunteering at a
The
charity.
camp one.
What? Yes,
The really camp one.
yes.
Yeah.
I who was very much an egotist. I volunteered at a Sue Ryder store in town, and I
Mm.
needed a reference, so I went back there to get it. And he was there, and he told me that he had met the Sue Ryder, and then I think he called his mum to be like to get her to like back him up.
Oh, wow.
He like, yeah, I have met her.
Uh,
I'll give my mum a ring. She knows I met her. I'm sure he did that.
what a completely unnecessary set of circumstances.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll continue this
Anyway,
chat next time, won't we?
yeah. What buildings are next?
We've got the temple and the treehouse.
Oh, they're both quite big jobs.
Mm, well,
The treehouse is probably the bigger. Well, yeah, it's twice the money for it, isn't it? The
yeah.
treehouse. That's 3 floors,
Oh golly. Well, maybe we'll do that and make it a whole video. Who knows?
Yeah, it would be a whole video.
Because I imagine if you clean the
Anyway,
temple, it's not going to bring up a smaller one. It's just going to leave the treehouse. The temple probably isn't enough for one video. So we'll do the treehouse and then we'll do the temple and whatever little thing comes up after that in a different video. But yeah.
yeah, sounds good.
Well, thank you
Good.
for joining us if you did.
If you didn't,
Yep. And
if you did, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking it out.
yeah.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment. Uh, don't forget to tell Ben about how his butt stinks. And if you are looking for like-minded people in your area, why don't you leave a comment and see if someone finds you their cup of tea? Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.